Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 3, Microtechnique. This is the content of chapter number 3, Microtechnique. The contents mainly include 3.1 Procurement of tissues and precautions to be taken to avoid tissue damage during procurement. 3.2 Fixatives, in which we will dealing with introduction of fixatives, merits of an ideal fixatives, classification of fixatives, washing out the fixatives from tissue. 3.3 Methods of fixation. 3.4 Dehydration, clearing, impregnation and block making, in which we will dealing with dehydration, types of cleaning agents, clearing or dealcoholization, and impregnation and embedding. Dear students, in this lecture we will dealing with procurement of tissues and precautions to be taken to avoid tissue damage during the procurement, then fixatives, introduction of fixatives and merits of an ideal fixatives. Before starting this topic, it is essential to know that what is meant by the microtechnique. Microtechnique is a biological process which is commonly used for the preparation of histological slides for the study of histological structures of tissue or organs. Tissue obtaining is the first step in the preparation of the histological sections. Tissue cut from the body with a minimum of handling and not left for hours at room temperature. During the obtaining of the tissue, there are some precautions to be essential to avoid tissue damage prior to fixation. What are these precautions? The first precaution is tissue should be cut with a very sharp knife or razor. While we cutting the tissue from the animal's body, then it is essential to select a very sharp knife or razor blade for tissue cutting process. For minimizing the tendency of tissues to stick to the razor blade or sharp knife, it is advisable to moist the knife's edges with physiological saline. While we cutting the tissue from the animal body, then there is a certain chances of sticking the tissue to the uh, knife or razor blade. To avoid this, it is essential to moist the edges of knife with physiological saline. Tissue slices can be transferred directly from the knife to the fixing fluid. The tissues except for fixation should be rinsed not in water but in physiological saline of the sodium chloride having concentration 0.85 to 0.90%. Exposure of tissues to air causes shrinkage. They should be kept moist with physiological saline. If tissue slices are to be thick, autolysis may become inside the tissue before adequate penetration of the fixatives. That means the thickness of the tissue is very important. The thinner the slice of the tissue, the better and more rapid is the fixation process. The tissue should not be more than 3 to 4 mm thick. While we cutting the tissue from the animal's body, the tissue consists of blood and mucus, and both these blood and mucus tend to coagulate rapidly on the surface of the tissue as they come in contact with the fixatives. So it is essential to wash out the blood and mucus from the selected tissue part. It is essential to rinse the tissue into the normal saline or physiological saline. After removal of the blood and mucus from the tissue, then tissue should be passed to the fixation process. So, fixation process or fixatives. It is of a general observation that the removal of the tissue from the animal body, some changes begin. These changes onset the autolysis, that means autodigestion by the attack of bacteria, bacterial mold or autolytic enzymes. To preserve a piece of tissue, one require a fluid that will not shrink or not swell the tissue or dissolve or distort the tissue, will kill bacteria and molds, and will render the autolytic enzyme inactive. Such a fluid is said to be preservative. A fixative must do everything that a preservative does. In simple word, the fixation is the process that brings about sudden death of the cell or tissue in such manner that their morphological organization and chemical composition is retained in native condition almost identical to as existed during life. Merits of an ideal fixatives. Fixation hardens the tissue and gives them a consistent form or shape. While we passing the tissue through the fixatives, the fixative enters into the tissue and make them hard and provides a consistent form or shape to the tissue. Fixative prevent autolysis of the tissue and bacterial decomposition of the tissue. Fixatives coagulate the tissue, renders the contents insoluble, and prevent loss of easily diffusible substances. It avoids cell shrinkage and distortion in the form due to post-mortem changes. After cutting off the tissue from the animal's body, post-mortem changes begins in very short period, and the fixative prevent these post-mortem changes. It improves the optical differentiation of cell components by changing refractive indices and thus increases their visibility. It prepares the tissue for staining. It fortifies tissue against the harmful effects of various stages in the preparation of sections. Not every tissue constitute requires fixation and some are not capable of being fixed. Chitin, cellulose, starch grains, scleroproteins, amorphous silica, and certain inorganic crystals are examples of hard, stable substances such as the soluble sugar cannot be retained in their natural site in the tissue by any fixative. Glycogen is the only soluble carbohydrate that is at all frequently retained in finished microscopical preparations. The essential function of fixation is the stabilization of the protein part of the framework of the cell. Each fixative has its benefit and defects. It is usual in practice to mix two or more than uh, two fixatives together. Their effects on tissue can be understood when their components are known. Small pieces of tissue are best fixed by direct immersion since this brings the fixative most rapidly into contact with the cells throughout the pieces. When it is necessary to fix a piece of tissue a centimeter, it is best to inject the fixative through a blood vessel in order to send it quickly to all depth. This method of perfusion has an advantage that the total amount of fixative that can be contained in the blood vessel is usually small and nothing outside the vessel is fixed until the fixative substance has passed through their wall into the intercellular spaces and thus reach the cells. The first requirement of a fixative is that it should not be proteolytic. If the fixative is proteolytic, then there is a breakdown of the protein molecules present in the tissue, and the result will not get well. Any substance that breaks the peptide link and set free soluble amino acid is the opposite of a fixative. The the changes produced by the fixative must tend in the other direction towards stability. This is all for today's lecture. In tomorrow's lecture or in next lecture, we will dealing with the types of fixatives. Thank you very much.